Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about 12 hyped, expensive niche fragrances. This is my final thoughts, my final review on these fragrances. I did a first impression, which I will leave linked down below. I took my time with these fragrances and I've tested them, and these are my final thoughts. As usual, I am going to go from my least favorite to my most favorite and the fragrances that I would consider a win for me. On number 12, we have again a Tiziana Terenzi fragrance. Like, I just don't vibe with that brand. I'm so sorry. And the fragrance that I have is Borea. I just don't like it at all. It's almost off-putting for me, and I'm so sorry for anyone who loves this fragrance. I don't get this brand. I don't get the hype behind it. I don't get even the price tag. Like, how can you charge that amount of money for these fragrances? I have no idea. So if you want something that is special, a nice tuberose fragrance, you have Quattro Pizzi from Xerjoff. I would even consider Goso from Jeroboam over this one. This is just a huge flop. Would not recommend this fragrance at all. And this is the only fragrance that I would not recommend. The rest are maybe not for me, but I would recommend them for someone with a specific taste in fragrances. This is just my personal ranking. On number 11, we have Francesca Bianchi Angel Dust. There is nothing angelic about this fragrance, because if you see the name, you see the notes, you would expect maybe something of a angelic, so innocent, soft, vanilla fragrance. It's not. This is a very heavy, old perfume school fragrance, but extremely high quality. There is something animalic in it. This is a fragrance that belongs to the 80s somehow, which is a vibe, of course. And I have some fragrances from the 80s that I love. Mostly it's this balsamic perobalsam mixed with a very dry, dusty, green mimosa. Mimosa as a flower has a lot of facets, so you get a honey facet in it. It's very powdery and dusty. This is mostly what I get from the mimosa. You have also a green touch in it, most herbaceous, and this is a dusty, dry mimosa mixed with perobalsam. And if I'm not and to me it smells like it is drizzled with honey, but it's not a honey fragrance. Not a safe blind buy at all, but I can see the quality behind this fragrance, and also can see that it will be a great scent for those who are into old school perfumery, who love fragrances from the 80s, so these opulent shoulder pads fragrances, if you will. I think you will love this one. I just have some issues with the name. Speaking about old perfume, the next one is a vintage fragrance. Not a vintage version, but it's one of the, let's say, landmarks when it comes to perfumes, and it is Joy from Jean Bateau, jasmine fragrance. And I can almost imagine how this fragrance smelled back in the day, with all the animalic touch, with the indolic jasmine. For being such an old fragrance, it's actually very well formulated, modernized, let's say. So I went into this fragrance expecting something very bad, vintage-like. I would not like it, but actually I do like it. Is it something that I would wear? No, but it's not off-putting. I enjoy it as it is, let's say. So I can imagine my mom wearing this fragrance. It's beautiful, but too old-fashioned, but I really needed to smell this fragrance at least once. It's like, yeah, part of the history of perfumery, but since it's not for me and it's my personal ranking, I am putting it on number 10. Number 9, we have a fragrance that I really liked at a first impression, but then in the dry down, I changed my mind about it. And this is from Epico. This is Mansera Cafe. Don't get me wrong, I still like it. So it's kind of this cinnamon and coffee and sandalwood. And this is what I don't like about this fragrance. The sandalwood used here, I am not a fan of at all. It's very sparkling for this kind of scent profile, so don't imagine something heavy to gourmand. It's more, I wouldn't say light, but it just has this sparkling effect. I guess it's from the cinnamon, and it's a very familiar scent profile, as I said in my first impression. So these kind of fragrances are very, very popular in Egypt, specifically in masculine fragrances. I guess it's the sandalwood used, and so sandalwood and spices are quite common. So it just gives me a very familiar vibe. So I don't get the cost of this fragrance, to be honest. Otherwise, it's quite nice. It's just you can do better with that amount of money. This is just my issue with it. But as a scent, it's quite nice. It's just not the best, let's say. If we consider cinnamon coffee, like spicy coffee fragrances, maybe this is not the best, but it is okay. And this is why it's on number 9. On number 8, we have a Roja. Yeah, can you imagine? I put a Roja on number 8, but for a reason. And this is Isula Sol. If you love ylang ylang, you ever smelled an essential oil of ylang ylang? When I once smelled it, it was not what I expected, because I'm familiar with ylang ylang as this very creamy, banana-esque, sweet, tropical note. But when I smelled the oil of ylang ylang, that was a different experience, and I didn't like it. And it has some touches of that here. So it's still a very tropical ylang ylang, on the fresh side when it comes to tropical fragrance. I'm not going to lie, in the dry down I really enjoyed it, but it has a lot of similarities with Sun-Kissed Goddess from Kilian, a fragrance that I actually own, the only Kilian that I own. And I just preferred that one. It's just creamier, and I don't know, it smells more like a scent profile that I enjoy. Although similar, this just has something that bothers me, the ylang ylang here mostly. So it's a good fragrance, but I feel like it's not groundbreaking in a way. So this is why it's on number 8. Number 7, and I hope I am doing the numbers right, we have Bodacious from Boudicca the Victorious. Oh, I had so high hopes for this fragrance, and I'm so disappointed. It's not bad again, but if you are expecting a full gourmand experience like Lost Cherry, like something that smells edible, like that fragrance, this is not it. It's still on the gourmand side. It's a sweet fragrance, but not as Lost Cherry. So you get the cherry, you get a huge, and I mean huge, dose of tonka. And this is what makes the difference. It's just slightly too much tonka here for my personal liking. So it has also a boozy touch and almond and vanilla, but it's the tonka that I'm getting, and I don't know even if there is tonka listed in the note, but I'm getting it so strong. And that note mixed with the boozy, with the vanilla, with the tobacco, I believe was in the notes, it just doesn't work for my nose. I know this is one of the most hyped fragrances, and a lot of people who love cherries rave about this one and say that this is the best cherry fragrance. This is not it for me. Too sharp, let's say, and still didn't beat my Lost Cherry. Is it a bad fragrance? Absolutely not. Actually, it's a gorgeous take on cherry that I would recommend if you love that scent profile. But if you are looking for an edible, like an almost photorealistic cherry pie smell, the thing that I love about Lost Cherry, this is not it. Next we have Summer Hammer from Lorenzo Pazzaglia. Definitely I prefer this one to the one that I tested in last episode, Sangria. This is for fruity fragrance lovers. Begins and opens with an amazing mango mango note. You get the pulp, you get the skin, you get almost also the tree. It's mouth-watering in the opening, specifically because of this mango note, and I love mangoes. After a few minutes, a pineapple note comes through, and then it takes the fragrance into more of a fruity tropical experience rather than like a photorealistic mango one, which is still nice. No, I'm not going to lie, it's still nice. And after a while, you'll get a little bit of the creaminess, a little bit of the boozy touch, but the fragrance never really develops into a very boozy or creamy. It remains like a true tropical fruit bowl. So if you are into summer fragrances, specifically fruity tropical summer fragrances, this is for you. This is very, very, very good and has great performance. So I would actually highly recommend this one for those who love that scent profile. Next, we have a coffee fragrance, and it is from Mansera Cafe. This is a very sweet coffee mixed with vanilla ice cream. I don't remember the notes, but this is how the fragrance smells. Imagine almost an affogato. Yeah, there is an amaretto note, and I usually don't like amaretto, but it just works here. I just get a little bit in the opening, but in the dry down, it's mostly about almost an ice cream coffee. So it develops into a light coffee scent. So it's still there, but don't think about an espresso shot. It's more like a diluted coffee with milk. For me, it's the end of this fragrance is an coffee ice cream. I really like it. And what makes it so special is like the blend. So it isn't an exactly photorealistic coffee ice cream at the end. It's there, but there is some touches that makes it so special, so unique. I really love this fragrance, and I would actually highly, highly, highly recommend it for those who want a gourmand coffee fragrance that is sweet and has less emphasis on the coffee. Like, it is a predominant note, but it's not for those who love a sweet gourmand, almost ice cream coffee. Oh my god, this is for you. Highly recommended. Next, we have Mojave Ghost. I can't believe that finally I have a Byredo fragrance that I actually enjoy. Is it my favorite? No, but I believe this is my favorite Byredo fragrance I've tested till now. And I've tested a lot, and almost all of them were a flop. And this is a very musky magnolia fragrance, very fresh and floral, and definitely a fragrance that I would recommend over Blanche from the same brand. If you are into the clean girl aesthetic, it just has something more. Blanche smelled like a detergent. Like, I did not enjoy that fragrance. While this one I can get behind. If you smell that fragrance and you are reminded of Chanel Chance au Tendre, you are not alone. It definitely has some vibes of Chanel Chance au Tendre. But in my opinion, this is more musky, and it's a little bit not as elegant and is a little bit sharper, let's say, from Chance au Tendre. And also the magnolia really makes a difference here in the scent composition. As you all know, with Chance au Tendre, it's hyacinths and iris that are the main notes when it comes to the floral aspect of the fragrance. Would I recommend this fragrance for someone who has Chanel Chance au Tendre? I would say actually no. Unless you really want the clean aspect, then yes, I would recommend it. So this is, I would say, the only Byredo fragrance that I would recommend till now. Yeah, I finally did it. I found a Byredo fragrance that I can get behind. Am I going to buy the fragrance? No, not because I have already Chance au Tendre. I think it's the magnolia that bothers me. Magnolia I discovered as one of the notes that I struggle with when it is in a huge dose. Now, the top 3 are the top winners. Like, I can see myself wearing these fragrances. I can see myself buying these fragrances, starting with Rosendo Mateo number 5. This is the most sophisticated, elegant, ambery, musky fragrance. It's very unique and very beautiful. It is a sensual experience. These kind of musks that are used in Rosendo Mateo just give me this sensuality, this carnal effect to a fragrance. It smells rich and luxe and sophisticated and old money at the same time. It's not too dense, it's not too sweet, it's not too spicy. Perfection. This fragrance is perfection for me. People compare it to Baby Cat. Now, I don't own Baby Cat. I don't have even a sample of that fragrance, but I did test it once and I remember not liking that fragrance. It was too smoky for me, and I get the resemblance somehow, like, yes, they have the same vibe, but I would say Baby Cat was just a little bit more, I wouldn't say vanillic, and more smoky in ways than this one. I much prefer this one, but again, I did not test Baby Cat enough to have a final opinion. If you did, please tell me what do you think about the differences between these two fragrances. Number 2. And it's actually number 2 and number 1 are almost at the same place. So we have Minuit Demi from Fance Dubis. This is Demi Rawlings fragrance, and it was not a surprise that I like this one. This is one of my favorite scent profiles. I have already, with this scent profile, Changing Constants from Penhaligon's as well as Armani Privé Magenta Tanzanite. And to me, it falls in the same family, but it is not a total similar fragrance to Changing Constants that like a lot of people say it is. Changing Constants for me is totally feminine fragrance, while this one is totally unisex. Has better performance than Changing Constants, but is not as long lasting or projecting like Magenta Tanzanite. Magenta Tanzanite is a great fragrance when it comes to performance. This one falls in the middle even as a scent profile. It's more elegant, let's say, than Magenta Tanzanite, but it's less sweet than Changing Constants. I really like it. My only issue is the price tag. Otherwise, I would have added this fragrance to my collection, even having these two fragrances. I just love that scent profile. What can I say? I am planning on doing a comparison video between all 3 fragrances, so definitely stay tuned. Number 1, the winner is Bond number 9 Tribeca. And this is the first Bond number 9 fragrance that I like. I tested again a lot of Bond number 9, never liked anything. I kind of liked a little bit the scent of peace, but it was not like mind-blowing. So Tribeca. This is a gourmand elegant fragrance. So it's kind of I had a little bit of a roller coaster experience with this one. So I got this smooth vanilla, the nuttiness here is so beautifully done. I love it. It's gourmand but elegant. It's not too sweet. It's really well balanced. On my skin, I kind of got a different experience. Like, I couldn't really get the notes that I am getting from the blotter. On the blotter, I'm getting almost a Nutella-like smell. On my skin, it didn't. Like, there is a nuttiness, but it's not the same. It's very weird. So I don't know if I will add this fragrance honestly to my wish list, but I would say if you love nutty fragrances like vanilla, nuts, hazelnut, oh my god, this is the best fragrance I've ever smelled with that scent profile. It's so beautiful, beautifully done, not overly synthetic, not overly strong. It's just elegant and smooth and beautiful. Not sure about the price tag. Like, the prices of Bond number 9 are really a lot. But as a scent profile, I will give it a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I can't believe it. A Bond number 9 fragrance that I can get behind. Now I am really curious about Greenwich Village and Madison Square. These are the 2 fragrances that I really am curious about, so maybe I will test them next. Who knows? Anyway, that was it. These were the 12 fragrances that I've tested. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about these fragrances? And tell me if you know Baby Cat and Rosendo Mateo number 5. How do they compare to each other? I'm very curious. I need to test Baby Cat again, or maybe get eye samples. It's very difficult to get the Vestiaire collection samples. By the way, I'm trying now for 2 years. And now they reformulated or repackaged. I don't know. I'm still also not sure about that. So I think with the Vestiaire collection, it's going to take a long time to do a buying guide or first impression on their fragrances. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. If you did, please give me a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. And please don't get offended if I don't like any of the fragrances that you absolutely love. Fragrances are subjective, and this is just my personal take on these fragrances. I will leave a link down below the playlist of all the previous episodes, so if you like this one, you can binge watch the rest. And please stay tuned for the next episode, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.